Okay, up next, we got a Memphis native letting black people know that the next step is gentrification. She says the people in the hood shall suffer. Let's see what the people got to say though.
Memphis, y'all better pay attention because a lot is about to happen and it's been happening and y'all haven't been paying attention. I'm not only a techie, I was born and raised in Binghamton. And as soon as I saw that police station go up, I already knew it was a wrap. Then I saw that bike trail go up. Then I saw they moved the Memphis Library from off of Peabody down to Poplar, a block from East High School. Then after all of these years, over 30 years, all of a sudden now they want to renovate Leicester Community Center. You got strolling around our neighborhoods. Y'all not paying attention? I'm about to tell y'all what's going to happen. Because it's not looking good. 9% of the Memphis natives do not have the skill sets to go into those facilities in West Memphis and in Memphis that they're setting up for Google and XAI. We don't have them. I can go in there and do some work. So what do you think that they're going to do? They're going to bring in people from Silicon Valley, Texas, DC, wherever they need to bring them from to stand those facilities up.
That don't make sense.
And guess what's going to happen? All of those areas, the cost of living is super expensive. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to build everything up to make it pleasing and appealing for those people coming in. They're doing the same thing in Huntsville right now with all of those government entities getting ready to come down there.
So let me better understand what is being communicated here. We want more jobs. We want more opportunities. You guys want safety in your neighborhoods. You want growth. You want investment, or maybe not. But you're complaining that these type of things are then coming to your communities, which it's the mayors, it's the legislators, it's the state, it's the governors that are advocating for more opportunities. Y'all recently lost, if I'm not mistaken, more facilities like a FedEx facility. Y'all losing jobs. It's a brain drain in the area, but you actually want more opportunity. And so what you're saying is that you don't want it or you do want it. Because the one thing that I know about business, and I've opened a lot of businesses, I've consulted for a lot of businesses, I've become very, very successful running businesses, is that number one, you're incentivized to go and get educated, so you'll put yourself in a position to actually be able to take advantage of the opportunities if that's what you want to do. That's number one. But number two, there's a lot of jobs that come as a result of that. And so other industries then thrive. Vendors, small businesses, consulting, opportunities, more restaurants, more everything, more safety, more investment within the community that then allows for y'all to be more successful. What is there to complain about? Is there anything that they can do,
That makes me want to go and check out his full response to that. But what I'll say to this is that it's the victim mentality, the victim mindset that keeps you always complaining about some shit. There's never enough. You can always look at something as either the glass being half full or the glass being half empty. And you have to think about it. Is it more expedient to job train the people that are local and use them, or to ship people from a whole different state and campaign them to come in and take these jobs over here, leave everything that they have behind, all the family that they've established, all the friends that they've established, and move to Memphis in droves? It just doesn't make any sense. That's all I'm trying to say. And if you're gonna come up with some type of fear mongering, at least make it logical. That's all I'm saying.
Once you start seeing folks painting, that's how you know. And what is that? What? These folks done put a jelly roll mural up.
I ain't know Jelly. I don't know where Jelly Roll from. Ain't Jelly Roll not from Memphis? What, he from like Texas or something?
This is like a real conversation that I want to have, because I want real answers. And these questions are posed to a specific group, and I would like for this specific group to answer. Why would you move in a predominantly black neighborhood knowing that those people that have been in that neighborhood for decades are probably still going to do black people things? Like, they're probably going to do giveaways in their community. They're probably going to set up and give out breakfast in the community if it's a church in the community or whatever have you. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you guys know the things that, you know, people of color like to do in their neighborhoods. Block parties, you know, whatever it is. Why would you move to said neighborhood and get mad at people for doing things in the neighborhood that they've been doing? You moved over here because they put some nice condos up? And you thought I was going to move because you came? No. You think the stuff that was going on in the neighborhood is going to stop because you moved there? No. And I'm not even speaking about the violence. That's not like, I'm not talking about violence, because anything that I just named is so not violent. Like, it's far from violence. Like, I'm not talking about that, because no matter where you move to, violence is going to happen. What I am saying is, does it make sense to move out of the neighborhood where you're comfortable at to somewhere where you're not comfortable? You don't like the people that you live around. You don't like the things that they do around you. But you moved over here because the condos were nice and they jacked the price up to $1,700 for a 1-bedroom. All because you are a law student or you're a lawyer or whatever you do. All because of that. Go move where you feel comfortable. Not where it looks nice. Because that's not, just because it looks like, this doesn't mean you're going to be comfortable. You don't like the things that those people do in those neighborhoods. So why would you go over in those neighborhoods? Like, do that make sense? Like, are we well here? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Gentrification never added up. It just doesn't make sense. You're mad at me because I'm doing the things in my neighborhood that I've always done, and that you poke fun from the neighborhood that you lived in. So you're going to move over in my neighborhood where they jacked the price up on some apartments, which is also pretty redundant to me, because why would you pay all this money to live somewhere where you don't even want, just doesn't make sense. So I just really want, that congregation of people to help me understand, because I don't get it. I do not get why. I don't get it. I do not understand that at all. Not even like the least bit. I don't get that. Because what are we doing?
Let me try and get her together real quick, okay? Gentrification isn't white people moving into black neighborhoods, okay? There's a few key aspects about real estate that black people don't understand. Just because you pay rent somewhere, that don't mean that's your house. Unless you have a mortgage or you own a home free and clear, I don't care if it's an apartment or if it's a home. If you don't own it, it really don't belong to you. So your perception is that those people are moving into the condos because they're nice and they're gonna rent those condos, but that's not how gentrification works. Gentrification works where land developers or property owners, landlords, come in and buy up property for cheap and then raise the rent up to attract higher paying customers, no matter what their demographic is. So there's this false sense of control that my people believe that they have without any ownership, and we gotta get out of that mindset.
Hello, Memphis. Me again. I've seen a lot of banter about what is and what is not happening in our city, and so I'm just gonna keep shouting to make sure that your property taxes are up to date with the clerk. Maybe you should look at picking up some land parcels while you can. We can argue all day about the semantics of the political theater that's happening in our city and how it might make you feel. But make no mistake that this is all by design. A failing city not funded is by design, and it happens over the course of many decades. Keep your head on a swivel. make sure your property taxes and your mama's property taxes and your auntie and your grandma and your papa, all of that is up to date. We can argue about the rest later. Have a good day.
I mean, yeah, you should have your property tax up to date, because if you don't, then the county or parish can foreclose on your house. I mean, that's evident. You can lose your house and get foreclosed on, where the county can foreclose on your house and then sell your house to pay the property tax during the sheriff's sale. So of course, but I don't understand what the problem is. Sounds to me that Memphis is about to get a huge opportunity by way of Elon Musk, but I'm gonna have to look deeper into that.
I understand, how a lot of you guys are feeling here. This is phase 1. Phase 2 will be gentrifying the city. The plan is for your entire existence to be erased. That's the plan. It's not about crime. It is very much so about crime. I understand where you're coming from. Gentrification has already started to develop here in Memphis, Tennessee. It just is what it is when you're looking at things from like a larger lens, like I am. Gentrification is inevitable. And a lot of times, like the word gentrification, I feel like is being misused, because at the end of the day, a lot of cities have to just evolve. Like we all have to get,
she's right.
We all have to get acclimated with the new systems, the new changes, technology. We can't all just stay the same. Like for me, for instance, what I mean by that is just like, it's simple. Like even looking at things from like a broader world view, universal level, we are eons behind of possible planets. And so I know I'm taking it a little bit farther than I should.
You kind of are.
The word gentrification, I just feel like it's truly being misused. I think that for the masses, what you see is a Republican president sending in armed troops to patrol the streets in order to like push his fascist agenda. And all in all, it does look like that, but I just don't think that that's completely true.
What she has to understand is there's a lot of propaganda being aimed at the black community by way of the Democratic Party. It's called Trump derangement syndrome. Look it up. It exists. It sounds made up, but I'm telling you. And so they have done a political psyop on black people to have the worldview that you're describing. So that's where it's being sourced from.
States, the Republicans, people, they know that we're not going anywhere. They can't eliminate us. They can't, like, y'all, a lot of times with me, a lot of this shit sounds so fear-mongery to me. Like, it really does. There's a young lady that's also from Memphis, Tennessee, Binghamton to be exact. I think it's beneficial if you guys go and watch her breakdown of things. She said a lot of what I said, but more technical, because she's in that field. So she's like more in touch with and in tune with the things that are happening. Memphis has a lot coming to the city. Memphis holds a lot of keys to a lot of things. Memphis has a lot of wealth moving through the city. Like I said, we are a distribution hub. I, for one, work within a company that has existed for hundreds of years, 100 and some change years. And I'm in the inner circle of the inner workings of just that one organization. So I know a lot about what is happening here and how crime most definitely is stopping the flow of the money moving.
Yes.
People's mail is important. The packages, all this shit is important. And then on top of that, we have a lot of jobs opportunities that are about to open up. And there's a lot of people that are possibly in the city that cannot, as far as their mind is concerned, as far as their education is concerned, they can't do these jobs. So naturally what they're going to do is they're going to bring in people from other countries, from other cities, from other states to do these jobs.
You got to think about it though. The job would have to be so damn attractive that it would make sense for someone to pack up their entire livelihood and move over to Memphis. That's number one. Number two, if you start to see that these jobs are opening, it is on you as a citizen, it's on you as an adult to make sure that you're qualified to get these jobs. It's not on the government or a job maker to change your mindset. We have to understand that you got to compete in the job market. So you have to make yourself relevant.
And how do you think these people are going to do if the crime, or what do you think these people are going to do if the crime rate does not drop? they're going to decline these jobs, and there's not going to be anybody working these positions. Excuse me. And I also have firsthand experience, or a firsthand ear into what is happening criminally.
You got to think about it, right? If the job is so attractive that it attracts people from other states to come and take those jobs, it should be just as attractive to the citizens of Memphis as well.
In the city, I have friends who are great police officers. I do not really care for policemen to be every system has its issues.
Gotta stay on code.
Say that. But I have a friend that is a policeman. He's an awesome policeman, and we talk about this. We've been talking about this, especially yesterday.
You're not supposed to be cool with the police.
And they are getting major help. The feds, the sheriffs, the state troopers, they are helping the police. Ain't no hidden agenda. It's broadcasted in your face that they are here to help absolve a lot of the crime that is happening in the city, to make the city safer again. So all of that fear mongering and everything like that, yes, the system is already built against black people. Like, you can't make a black woman like me already afraid. Like, I'm not scared. I've already known. All these systems in place, child, please. The gentrification, like I said, been happening, been going on. You have to get equipped and move on and join the times and get yourself geared up to be better, or to just combat these issues that are arising more and more, or you're gonna get left, behind. I'm not. Please, let's just put some facts behind the things that are happening. I know y'all are all talking about these projects that are. I'm not laughing at it. I'm not making light of it, but it's really larger than what y'all are talking about. For real. And like I said, but what they gonna do with us? Us meaning my skin tone. What are they gonna do with us? They can't push us nowhere. Especially if you're one of the ones getting yourself together and figuring out this shit and getting your life situated to where you can maneuver in this new world. I'm not finna be this worried about what the next person is afraid of. I'm not afraid of anything. If we're being honest, I'm from Memphis. I'm not scared.
What she's trying to say, and I'm just trying to shoot her a little bit of bell, she's trying to say that it's your job to be in position to either take advantage of these jobs or take advantage of gentrification, because you as a black person, you too can buy up these properties cheap if you learned about it. But most of us are satisfied in where we are, and we believe that renting is somewhere close to owning. And it's not. You're never going to have full control over your destiny, over your livelihood, if you don't own shit.
And another thing. Hey, man, what I've noticed, there are a lot of people in my likes and comments in reference to the post of me, a black woman, holding black people accountable for what they're doing in Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all love to touch and agree when y'all feel like the blame is all on black folks, right? When y'all know it's not. I just know how to think on both sides of the coin instead of victim blaming. However, y'all are not going to benefit from this growth either. So let me enlighten you a little bit, because I'm ready to eat for everybody when it comes to accountability. I don't just side with my people, even though I'm blackity black, and I will always be concerned about the progression and growth of black people. Okay. But I'm also a realist when it comes down to having conversations and looking at everything from all sides. I'm a critical thinker, but let me make something clear when it comes to y'all. Only people who are considered safe in this situation are people who live in Tipton County, Germantown, Collierville, and probably some of downtown like Harbortown and stuff like that. But other than that, if y'all live in those areas, Midtown, downtown, Orange Mound, Binghamton, South Memphis, Whitehaven, y'all just as much at risk as black people.
You know, I don't understand how black people, I say black people because black men, they fall for it too. They only want to hear the positive about the community. You can't say nothing admonishing and nothing wrong about what we doing, because they ain't trying to hear that. But the message isn't, all right, Elon Musk is about to bring jobs over here. Y'all need to start trying to qualify yourselves so y'all can take advantage of this opportunity by learning these skills. All of this is just a bunch of fear mongering. Hey, be afraid because you can't do shit about it because it's about to happen.
Let me make something else clear too. The demographic who's jailed the most are Some of the most dangerous people who are locked up are affirmative action benefited women, and DEI was able to allow mediocre people into the workplace. Black people, especially in certain executive positions, already know that they have to be twice as qualified to even get into the room. So to say that we don't meet certain criteria when y'all see us in there, the audacity, it's crazy. I'm not saying all, but what I'm saying is statistically proven. Now I'm going to give it to you from a tech perspective. From a tech perspective, the only ones that are getting in are the ones that's qualified, especially in corporate tech. They don't mess around. Their turnover rates are very high in corporate tech. These facilities, XAI, Google, all of that is corporate technology. That is not government. Government is more forgiving, at least federal. Contracting is still looked at almost, even though we're serving the federal government, it's still ran in a corporate structure. It's volatile. And if you don't meet the criteria, everything is about delivery time and response time. And it costs them money by the millisecond. They don't have time in these corporate structures a lot of times to even train people in comparison to the government. So while everybody's touching and agreeing and all of this type of stuff, a lot of y'all are not going to fit the bill either. Just want to bring that to y'all attention. Y'all have a good night.
I mean, fear mongering got to be like an art or something, man. Seriously, because instead of the message being, this is what you need to qualify for, it's you ain't gonna qualify for it. Instead of the message being, corporate tech is highly competitive. That's why they get paid so much money, because it's highly competitive. It's you ain't gonna fit the bill for it. I'm here to give another message, It's like, if you know Elon Musk is coming to bring jobs to Memphis, prepare yourself. Study up on whatever it is that is qualified to be able to get what job, what are they gonna need, and who get paid the most. It's on you as an adult to compete in the job market and make yourself more valuable. It's not on the government to make you valuable. That's all I'm trying to say.
I woke up, I seen that something's wrong with the world. I'm gonna say something about it.
Speak your mind, dog.
Elon Musk is building a supercomputer in Memphis that is, for some reason, going to take over 5 million gallons of water, and is also taking away a lot of low-income people and making them move out of Memphis. Now, I am only saying something about this because Memphis is very dear to my heart. Project Pat got me through a lot, all right? Hustle and Flow was my favorite hood movie. Look, we may not all have the same reasons to why we want to support something, but we need to recognize that this is an attack. I am not sure if it's propaganda, but I do know calling Memphis one of the largest homicide places in America is insane. Like we don't know Chicago is real. They take pride in them being the most dangerous place. We're going to attack Memphis. We have more power than we think we do. We may have to be a figurehead. We do not have to keep playing defense. I looked it up. There's a petition, change.org. I'm signing on it. I don't know. Look, all I know is that whatever I have to do, I am going to say something about this. We have to do more as people together in order to save more of our people. Do you not understand that this is the same place? This is the same place Glorilla comes from. This is the same place Project Pat comes from. I know God got a bigger plan for this, but we cannot just sit and let this go on. You have a phone, so you have a weapon. Use it.
Bruh, our people think so small, man. And I really like, it's sad to see. You know, like, this dude got so much fire in him, but he's so small-minded and brainwashed. You have to think about it, right? They called Detroit the Motor City. People migrated from the South to get those jobs. And they figured out, black people, they figured out what type of training and qualifications they needed to get those jobs, and they made a killing. I mean, they were able to pass resources down, all that stuff, because they were able to take advantage of an opportunity in the Motor City. Now you have to fast forward to today's time and translate it into that. But our people has been so brainwashed into thinking in a tribalistic mindset that it's us or them, that they don't even see the opportunity that is coming to their city. He's about to create a whole bunch of jobs. You're starting to see that the crime is going down and they're about to make changes. How do I take advantage of that? What type of job qualifications is needed? All it is a certificate. I can go get that, but that requires you to actually do some work. And I already know he was lost when he kept just mentioning like Project Platt and Glorilla. Like, our people lost, man. I'm sorry.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did where I believe 6 people were deleted and even more injured in a mass spewing after a homecoming in Mississippi. Check it out.